Welcome to the wacky world of 1960s television, where the hair was big, the laughs were loud, and some sitcoms were so surprising, they left us scratching our heads. Today, we're diving into classic TV's 10 most surprising canceled sitcoms of the 1960s. Why did they end? Buckle up, because these shows went from prime time to prime flops faster than you can say groovy. Number 10. My Mother the Car. Ah yes, the show where a man's mother reincarnates as a talking car. Sounds like a dream come true for some, right? Well, not quite. Jerry Van Dyke starred as the hapless son, David, who conversed with his mother through the radio of a vintage car. Because nothing says family bonding like a road trip with your mom's voice nagging you about your life choices. Critics were relentless, dubbing it the worst idea since the Edsel. The show was so bizarre that it made you wonder if the writers had taken one too many joyrides after a few too many cocktails. Picture this. You're cruising down the highway, and instead of your favorite tunes, it's your mom reminding you to wear a sweater. After just one season, it was parked for good, leaving viewers to ponder the real question. Was it the car or the driver that needed a tune-up? Spoiler alert, it was both. Number 9. My Living Doll. Starring the charming Julie Newmar as a robot named Rhoda, this sitcom had a premise that was ahead of its time. So ahead, in fact, that it left viewers scratching their heads in confusion. A military man, played by Bob Cummings, takes in a female android, and hilarity ensues. It's like the Jetsons meets the Odd Couple, but with less charm and more confusion. The poor guy was trying to teach her how to be human, while she was probably just trying to figure out how to make a decent cup of coffee. Imagine the awkward moments. Hey Rhoda, can you pass the salt? And she responds with a robotic error, salt not found. The laughs just didn't translate to ratings. After just 26 episodes, the show was canceled faster than you can say beep boop, proving that even robots can't save a sinking ship. Maybe if they'd added a laugh track, it could have salvaged some of those cringeworthy moments. Number 8. He and She. This sitcom was a quirky take on married life, featuring a comic strip artist, played by the ever-witty Richard Benjamin, and his wife, played by the delightful Paula Prentice. With clever writing and a unique format, it seemed promising, like a joke that finally got its punchline right. But viewers just didn't connect. It was like reading a comic strip where you get to the last panel and think, wait, what was the joke again? The show had all the makings of a classic, but it flopped harder than a pancake at a bad brunch. After 26 episodes, it was sent to the great TV graveyard in the sky, leaving us to wonder if the real joke was on the audience all along. Maybe if they'd thrown in a talking dog or a neighbor who always borrows sugar, it might have turned the tide. But alas, it was just another case of He and She not being enough to keep viewers tuning in. Number 7. Gidget. Who could resist the charm of Gidget, the surf-loving teen played by the effervescent Sally Field? With her infectious energy and sunny disposition, she was the embodiment of California cool. But despite its sunny vibes, the show struggled to keep viewers engaged. It was like trying to catch a wave that just wouldn't break. The premise was simple. A girl who loved surfing and her adventures, but it turned out audiences were more interested in watching paint dry. Picture Gidget trying to teach her friends how to surf while they're busy trying to figure out how to make a sandwich. After one season, Gidget hung up her surfboard, leaving fans wondering what could have been. Maybe if she had added some drama, like a shark attack or a rivalry with a rival surfer, it would have caught on. But alas, it was time for Gidget to ride off into the sunset, without a single wave to show for it. Number 6. The Mothers-in-Law. This sitcom featured two mothers-in-law living next door to each other, and let's just say it was a recipe for chaos. With a stellar cast, including the fabulous Eve Arden and Kay Ballard, it had potential, but the humor fell flatter than a souffle in a hurricane. The show tried to tackle the age-old battle of the in-laws, but instead of fireworks, we got a damp squib. It was like a family dinner gone wrong, too many cooks and not enough laughs. The antics of the two mothers trying to meddle in their children's lives could have been comedic gold. But instead, it felt more like a long, awkward dinner party where everyone forgot to bring the dessert. After 2 seasons, it was time to say goodbye to the mothers, leaving viewers to wonder if they'd ever get a sitcom that didn't involve a family feud. Perhaps if they had thrown in a reality show twist, like a cooking competition, it might have saved the day. Number 5. Occasional wife. Imagine a man who hires a wife to impress his boss. Sounds like a classic setup, right? But this sitcom didn't quite deliver the laughs. Starring the charming Michael Caveman, it was like a blind date that went horribly wrong. The poor guy was juggling a fake marriage while trying to keep his boss from discovering the truth. You can just picture the awkward moments. Oh honey, could you pass the salt? While desperately trying to keep a straight face. The show had its moments of potential, but the execution was about as smooth as a cat on a hot tin roof. With only 26 episodes, it was canceled faster than you can say "I do," leaving viewers wondering if they should just stick to real relationships instead of hiring a sitcom spouse. Maybe if they'd added a laugh track, it could have salvaged some of those cringeworthy moments. It was a classic case of fake it till you make it, and they definitely didn't make it. Number 4. The Hathaways. A family of humans raising 3 monkeys? Yes, you heard that right. This show aimed for laughs, but ended up in the jungle of cancellation after just 2 seasons. The delightful Peggy Cass and the charming Jack Weston played the hapless parents trying to manage their chaotic household of primates. It was like watching a family reunion, where everyone forgot to bring the potato salad. It's awkward and a bit chaotic. The premise had potential, but it felt more like a nature documentary gone wrong. You could almost hear the producers saying, "Let's throw some monkeys in there and see what happens." Spoiler alert, it didn't work. The monkeys were more entertaining than the humans, and viewers were left wondering if they'd ever see a sitcom that didn't involve primates throwing poop. After 2 seasons, it was clear that the only thing this show raised was a lot of eyebrows, and not much else. Number 3. The Baileys of Balboa. The premise was straightforward. Family fun in the sun, with plenty of beach activities and sunny adventures. However, it turned out to be as exciting as a beach party, with no music, just crickets chirping in the background. The show attempted to showcase the joys of California life, but viewers found themselves longing for something more engaging and dynamic. After just 1 season, the Baileys were sent packing, leaving audiences wondering if they'd ever get their beach fix again. Perhaps if they'd included a surprise shark sighting or a treasure hunt, it could have turned the tide. Looks like Cancellation was the only treasure they found, leaving the sunny shores of Balboa without its stars. Number 2. It's About Time. Time travel meets cavemen in this zany sitcom. 2 astronauts, played by the hilarious Frank Aletter and the charming Jack Mullany, accidentally land in prehistoric times, and hilarity ensues. But the concept was so out there, it left audiences confused rather than entertained. Picture it. Astronauts trying to explain space travel to cavemen who think a rock is the latest gadget. The show had its moments of potential, but it felt more like a bad science project gone wrong. Lots of ideas, but no real execution. After 26 episodes, it was clear that time was up for this peculiar pairing. Maybe if they'd thrown in a dinosaur or 2, it could have saved the day. But instead, it was just a time warp of disappointment, leaving viewers wondering if they'd ever see a sitcom that could successfully blend the past and the future without leaving them scratching their heads. Number 1. Many Happy Returns. Welcome to the quirky world of Many Happy Returns, sitcom that promised nostalgia but delivered confusion. Starring the dapper John McGiver as Walter Burnley, stuffy widower and manager of the refund department at Crockmeyer's department store. The show followed his attempts to navigate life with his daughter Joan, Eleanor Donahue, and son-in-law Bob, Mark Goddard. Picture a man more focused on return policies than family gatherings. Instead of laughs, viewers were met with blank stares and awkward silences, as if everyone had bitten into a lemon. Airing on Monday nights in 1964, right after The Lucy Show, it failed to hold on to that audience. After just 26 episodes, it was time to blow out the candles and say goodbye. Maybe if they'd added a surprise party gone wrong or a pet llama, it could have turned things around. But it was just another case of thanks for the memories, but we're done here. And there you have it, folks. The 10 most surprising canceled sitcoms of the 1960s. Who knew that the golden age of television could produce such head-scratchers? If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more delightful dives into TV history. Until next time, keep those laughs rolling.